Hello, and welcome to He Is Coming. So we're going to be getting on with the swamp again today. Ooh, we've got some chests right off the bat. And we are against the toxic Toad. He steals all our armour and gives us poison. So armour is useless. We want things that, well, if we can clear that poison, that would be pretty good. And well, we're not gonna get armor. I do wonder which one would go first. Would he steal our armor, then we gain it back, or would we gain the armor from the Weaver Shield and then he steals it? That's a good question. I'm not gonna bother trying to find out. Ferryman's over here. We'll head over. He's got no armor, so we probably want to go with a... We could go Serpent Life of a poison. No point getting the Squire's armor here. So we'll probably be doing a large HP run. And we might as well get a better weapon to start with. Right. Should be an easy win. We're not going to be gaining any armour at all, really. Well, we could go for the Pure Lake helmet. Just because it works well with the watermelon. And then we would become exposed right away pretty much with the marble sword. But we'll be alright. I'm going to go with this. Ooh, with a few chests here before we go. We can pick up another watermelon. We'll leave that as is. We'll go to see the golem because we do have 2 watermelons. Right, so... Oh, have we nearly got him? There we go. Let's see, if the enemy is stunned, gain 1 additional strike. If your health is full, lose 5 and gain 2 additional strikes. Interesting. Might be worth coming back for. We've got a slime to slay though in the meantime. Right, let's see what we've got. Ooh, poison. That should be good. Convert speed to armor. We could just take that and be like, okay, we're going to lose 1 speed each turn. Well, each time we hit them, but we're also going to lose a 2nd speed, but we'll gain armor. And that would actually work against the Toad, because he steals all of our armor at the start, but this will give us more on hit. So, not a bad idea. Alternatively though, oozing edge is just kind of good. How much damage does the Toad do? A bit. I'll go oozing. It's going to allow us to do a lot more damage. We'll find out where the golem is. This is something as well then, I've found out. So, firstly, I found that, because I actually ended up watching like a little tips video on the game the other day, just to see if there were anything that I didn't know about it. It got recommended to me on YouTube, and apparently you can, on the map, if you hover over an enemy, you'll actually see all their bonuses, and this is quite useful if you get to the point where, you know, after like the first boss or the second boss, we're wanting to know what a beaver level 3 would look like, for example, because I don't know all the stats and bonuses of every single enemy, and I don't remember the differences between each level, for example. Like a beaver level 1 versus level 2, so we can just look them up by doing that, apparently. And that poison has really helped us here, hasn't it? We'll not grab anything there. In fact, we'll not grab anything for a moment. Let's try and find that golem. Right. Boom. Done. Enemies poisoned, and they're dead. Lovely. Right, we'll get through here. I'm not going to go into the sinkhole. We're going to go and try to open all these extra chests now. Restore health equal to speed. That's quite interesting. That'll definitely keep us alive in the long run. But not particularly useful versus bosses. Something else though that's quite interesting that I've found out, apparently, is you can apparently press escape here and we can fight the boss now, for example. So that's another little tip I found out. Most of the others I already knew. Another thing, and I think someone's mentioned it in the comments as well, is if you try to look for similar named items, sometimes you can get like special combos, but that's about everything I figured out from it. But now we lose our purity, we lose, and we gain a bunch of attack for it. We lose our poison because of the watermelon as well. And he dies from poison. Wait. And then we're gonna go with, I guess, I'd rather not gain one acid at the start of battle, but gives us a bunch of speed. It goes nicely with our light speed potion, I guess. We'll fight the slime. We'll heal to full. We've actually gained quite a large amount of armor at the start, aren't we? Right, let's get to the ferryman. And we'll get to another island. Mind you, how many chests are here around? Because we might want to see if we can. Looks like it'll be a while before we get to another chest from here. Although there's one below us. Ah, seafood hot pot. So I was saying, another tip that I've found is that you can get some weird and wonderful combos, which you just have to, apparently the tip is to look for things with similar names. I think people have mentioned this in the comments, so it's not that I haven't been looking for them, but it's just a case of, yeah, they're not exactly as obvious as you would think. But it looks like we've got an interesting combo here. So we gain 2 armor for each speed we have at the start, which really goes well with our Gale staff. So 2 armor for each speed. So we have 10 speed, meaning now we're going to gain, well, yeah, 20 armor at the start of battle. And we can turn that into a golden item. In fact, what is at this? Whenever you lose speed, give the enemy 1 Riptide. That works really well. So we'll lose speed. We lose 1. This is something as well. I think there's if I looked at some of the achievements as well, well, not achievements, but the ways you go about unlocking items, and each one has a challenge, and one of them is to try and haggle one of these merchants twice. There we go. But you can unlock like clues to finding them as you unlock more items. I think I've shown it off before, but I've not been doing my due diligence enough with that. Anyway, we've got a very nice set of items here. So again, a bunch of purity. We can, in fact, we should move the clear spring watermelon further down here. Say with this, perhaps. So that way, in fact, even there. Right. So we'll restore health equal to our speed, so we'll restore 9 health. Give the... that'll not do anything till we're exposed. Gain 1 purity, gain 1 acid. Then we'll clear the purity and acid. The purity will give us some bonus attack and some health. And then we'll get rid of the acid so our health, well, our armor doesn't melt away. So putting the watermelon down at the bottom there is quite good. I think Boneyard Bog, we've not got loads of money, and we've probably got the weapon that we want. Against this enemy, so when he's wounded he gains 40 armor and is stunned for 4 turns. We want something that's going to give him a lot of acid really, don't we? So we've got this really cool combo, and this is all very interesting, but... and we've barely got any time left. Actually, I think this is something as well, like, yeah, there we go, so you've just seen the timer. If you fight the boss early, like this is really what the tip was when I was looking. So, you can fight bosses early, and you keep the remaining time, rather than wasting it, which is really good. The question now is, should we, with our really good combo, because this isn't particularly great against this boss, do we think we can brute force this boss down? So he has 5 attack, right? We will gain, right, we will gain, where is it? Yeah, 2 armor for each speed. We have 9 speed. We will gain 18 armor, so we've got 28 health. We will, let's see, we'll heal to full at the start, basically. We'll gain purity and acid, then lose both from Clear Spring Watermelon from the battle start. Right. That'll give us an extra attack, so we'll be up to 4 attack. We'll not have any acid. Then the enemy will hit us for 5. So we have, what was it? We have 28 health. So we've got 18 armor. We'll get hit for 5, so we'll be down to 13 armor. Then we'll be hit for another 5. We'll drop to 8, 3. Then we'll go to 8 health remaining, at which point, so let's see, we will take his armor down in 3 turns. So he'll go down to that when we have, what, like 3 armor left? He'll be stunned for 4. Keeping in mind, each time we lose speed, we lose 1 every time we hit the enemy. We'll give him 1 Riptide. Each turn, and we've got 2 Riptide from here, he will take 5 damage from Riptide every turn. Right? That's what's going to happen. Every single turn, he's going to be losing spec. I think the Riptide wins us this, because he's going to be then stunned for 4. For 4 turns. In that time, he loses... I mean, how much armor does he get? 40 though. each turn he's going to lose 5, purely down to, yeah, he's going to lose 5 armor every turn, just down to Riptide. And then there's the 4 that we're hitting him for. So in those 4 turns, he'll lose all but 4 of his remaining armor. However, that happens when he's wounded. We might be able to do this. Okay, and I've sat down and I've mathed this out now. Right. What should theoretically happen? I'm just looking at it, and I've kind of, again, this like I've got a piece of paper and just like tracked the turns here, and just kind of, I should be hitting him initially for 8 damage, because we'll be doing Riptide hits at the end of the turn, removing 1 Riptide and giving 5 damage to them. Right? I'll have enough Riptide on him that at this point it will be, well, yeah. We can lose 9 speed, so we'll be able to do Riptide for 9 turns, and when we're eventually exposed, we'll put another 2 Riptide on. So we've got 11 turns where we'll be dealing 5 additional damage per turn because of the sheer amount of Riptide that we're placing on the enemy. Right? So we can consider our damage to really be 8, not 3. In addition, when the enemy loses their armour, though that's not going to happen often, because he gains armour when he gets wounded, we will be doing poison damage. So, because of that, we should just about beat him. Should. I think. And we do strike first because we have more speed. So if it comes down to being neck and neck, we'll hit before he does. Because I wouldn't want to change my loadout here unless I'm getting something that I'm going to turn into an even better item. I think we've got an excellent set of items here. Like, we've got a really good, like, really strong synergy. So I'm going to fight the boss. I think I've mathed this out correctly. But I'm just going to take it turn by turn. So this turn, we should reduce, let's see, we should reduce his armor to 2. Because we don't heal. We gain 1 purity, gain 1 acid, clear both of those. Oh, so it can't decrease 2 random status effects by 2, it just picks 1. Okay, I thought if you'd got 2 status effects that were 1 each, it would decrease them by 1. I thought it was like, oh, it decreases your status effects by 2, and it just picks 2 at random. No, it picks 1 status effect and removes up to 2 from it. Right. I've learned a bit more about how this works then. Interesting. Anyway, the next time that's going to trigger is when we are exposed, and then again when we're wounded. Anyway, we're going to hit him. We lose speed. He gains Riptide. 2 poison. The poison won't do anything right now. He has to be exposed in order for poison to actually affect him, so he has to have no armour on. Oh, but it still decreases each turn. Interesting. We lose 5 armour, and as I predicted, we've taken him down to 2. He's now down to losing health. There's the Riptide. And the poison. And there's our 5 armour. Right, so he should be down to... Oh, I think on my calculations here, I had 12. But I think that's because I wasn't expecting the poison to go down like that. I thought it only started going down when it had taken effect. Right. Anyway. We hit him. Lowering our speed, giving him Riptide. Poison. He stuns himself. And then we can go to town on him here. down to 2 stun. Okay, so he's now no longer stunned. He's down to 10 health. Right. We're still really high up on health and armor here, so we should... Right, yeah, that's gonna probably do it now. That's in the bag. That Riptide's going to take effect. We've just healed and things, so our damage is now up. That's another thing as well. I thought that the Purity was going to be removed at the start, so I thought we'd be on, you know, 4 attack from the beginning. But we've won anyway. Yeah, there we go. We now have not just 3 days like normal. We have 6 in order to fight the Hydra. So I've got to say, out of all the little tips and tricks I picked up, that's probably the biggest one. So we have a really, really good build here. We're not going to be going for more Riptide stuff. This works so well with the anchor. And then we've got all this other stuff. It's pretty much perfect. Like, wounded, gain 10 armor and stun yourself for 2 turns. Does this activate when wounded? It does. We could absolutely take that. That is extremely lucky. Do I even want to open this? Because it might be... Yeah, I'm going to say like... I mean, we might as well, because we're going to leave anyway. But what have we got? If you have no armor, restore 2 health. And a thing there that's really good if we're doing an acid build, which we are not. Right, we need to go and see the golem again. In a perfect world here, we would find the large golem as well. But yeah, this is a very powerful build. Like, it's not so much that we've got excellent items, it's that we've just found a really strong synergy here. Which is probably... Oh, and we want speed as well here, don't we? So each speed we have is basically 5 damage to the enemy. Right, what else can we get here? 1 attack. Every 3 strikes give the enemy 1 Riptide, in case we're not giving them enough. But no, the poison's probably better, because we already give them so much Riptide. And it can only do so much damage so quickly, so having some poison as well is probably the better option here. But yeah, we'll find this golem, we'll get these items buffed up. Honestly, I think then we want to probably, dare I say, what we want then is, again, if we can perhaps, let's see, let's combine. We might just want to get like a golden lemon. Like, we might just go through all these chests, rummaging around for lemons and helmets. And nothing else. You just get all of these items golden. There we go. We have the lemon. I mean, it's not too hard, they are common items after all. We also want to make sure that the watermelon is always last. Because as good as this is, we're going to stun ourselves for 4 turns. And we want that to activate, because it activates on wounding, but so does this. So we want the wounded effect to trigger second on the watermelon, so that it might remove the stun. I mean, we can carry it around for now. But you know what? We'll get rid of this, because it'll re-roll the item, and... Hello, watermelon. Ooh. I really wish we had like a temporary store to just hold that in, but we'll put it there for now. Let's try and find another light speed potion, man. We don't massively need it because it's just giving us some regen between fights, and it's not part of this synergy, so it's not the end of the world if we don't get it, but come on. We had to get the diamond watermelon. We kinda had to, didn't we? We're not gonna pass up a diamond item. And we also got another achievement for getting a diamond item for the first time on the swamp. That's a pointer as well, by the way. The challenges are different from the woodlands to the swamp. We don't have 0 base armor, and that would require us to get rid of the Pure Lake helmet, which gives us some really good synergies in that. And let's go Boneyard Bog. That can give us some really, really good items and that. So we'll see if we can get maybe another light speed potion. But failing that, just getting more items, like getting a Pure Lake helmet would be good. Or yeah, getting more of these items to try and turn them into a diamond version. Keep in mind that we're on day 3 now here before the Hydra. Keep in mind we have 6 days because we beat the Griffin on day 1. We're not going to get Highborn, which is 3 rings. We can pick up Venomous Fang for now, just as an item to have. We actually really, really want, don't we, when I think about it, actually, maybe we go muscle potion instead of the fangs. That's probably better against bosses. But maybe here we want to we're gonna want to maybe watch the lemon, because one issue that we could have here, and ooh, what have we got? Serpent Dagger. Well, we can't get rid of this. It works with the anchor. Like, Serpent Dagger is normally really good, but oh, hello. Okay, remove all your poison and gain 2 armor for each poison removed. Clear springs. Right, okay, we're getting some really good items here. That's why we came to the bog. So right. To clarify, we could get another Riptide, another Silver Scale fish. We could, and turn this into a diamond item. However, it requires 2 more free slots, so we'd have to get rid of the muscle potion, or the Pure Lake helmet, and cart all 3 of those around to a golem. It's a big ask, and it would just mean that we give the enemy 4 Riptide instead of 2. It's not fantastic, right? And it's going to be a big effort. I think at this point, because of the amount of inventory spaces we've kind of got locked in, I don't think we can go for diamond items now, unless we bump into like the large golem, which we might. In the meantime, Clear Spring Cloak would make us exceptionally good versus the Poison Hydra head. to the point where it's comical. Like, we would just stroll through the poison Hydra head. It wouldn't even dent our armour. Right? In fact, we might even gain our armour back whilst fighting him. Or, we can give the enemy acid equal to our speed, which is an absolute ton, right? So we would give the enemy 12 acid. Yeah. I think the poison Hydra has loads of health, whereas the acid Hydra has loads of armor, I think. So this would make us really good versus the armored Hydra, but we probably want to face the acid Hydra since we have so much armor. Yeah, we probably want to face the poison one because it'll just not get to the point where the poison's doing anything. I think this is probably the way to go. And just so that we don't get, I'm just going to rip off the band-aid now. We're just going to get rid of the fish. We're not even going to make the attempt to turn that into a diamond item. If we come across another muscle potion or a Pure Lake helmet, we'll try to grab them. Just look at that armor. Just 26 armor from the, straight off the bat is absolutely ludicrous. Right, pheromones at the top. I'm glad I came to this bog. Doesn't look like we're finding any more stuff though here unless we stay here ages. Glyphs can be quite good. Lushwood Grove could be good. Sunken Palace would give us a nice amount of cash. Really, I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind going to see a merchant right now because we've got a decent bit of cash on us. But I think right now we stand a very, and I mean very good chance against the bosses. We don't want any more watermelons at this point because we've already got that maxed out. I mean, you could argue that we could take one so that it hits 2 status effects, but I think it's unnecessary. Give the enemy 4 acid. If they don't have any armor, give them 6 poison instead. Okay, so cooldown triggers when cooldown reaches 0 and reduce countdown by 1 at turn start. So every 4 turns, give the enemy 4 acid, or if they have no armor, 6 poison. That's very good. Gain 6 armor every 4 turns, not bad. If you have purity, remove 1 purity, otherwise gain 1 purity. Pure Lake and Caustic are fantastic here. Right. I think we might take Pure Lake Tome instead of Pure Lake Helmet. And we'll have another look around here, see if there's anything else interesting. That might be good. We can go to the Haggle Hut, see what's there. Because again, we're basically trying to buy some items here to just kind of last minute round out our build. Battle start, gain 1 Riptide, but we have 8 additional health. Wounded, remove all acid, restore health for each. not that fussed about these. Right, let's see where we can go. Castle grounds. And fight an optional boss. Or the Golem home. I'm gonna go Golem home. In the hopes that there's a large golem here. Mind you, maybe I should have... No, Sunken Palace isn't the merchant, is it? No, it's... I think it's literally Merchant Isle for the merchant. But I wouldn't mind seeing the merchant either, we've got a lot of cash. So it's probably just going to be a whistle-stop tour of the island here. If we see a large golem, excellent. We'll just fight this beaver just for the sake of it. Get some extra cash, we can take it to merchants. Merchant Island. Wonderful. Hello. Ooh. We shouldn't go for the live fruit gauntlet because the regen will get removed by the clear spring watermelon. We could get a second watermelon purely because it will decrease things like Riptide and Stun against the bosses. And that's honestly not an awful idea. So I'm going to do it. There we go. Right. We might even be ready to fight the boss. I think we might just be ready. I don't know what else we can get, but we could fight them right now, but we might as well go and see if we can find the merchant. You never know, we might find the single perfect item. It is possible, you know. I don't know what that would be at this point. Oh, now the muscle potion shows up. Where were you on Merchant Island, eh? Whatever. We'll just kind of wander around here, see if we can find the merchant. But we may well be ready to just fight the boss. I think there's a pretty reasonable chance that we actually win this here. There's our light speed potion again, but we don't need to heal at the moment. Right. Well, I'm not seeing a merchant. Here comes the Hydra. So the acid head would kind of melt our armor. I think he's probably the one that we want to remove. Right. This one gives us a Riptide. Which is going to start doing a lot of damage to us, but we're giving him Riptide. So we're playing him at his own game here. He also doesn't have armor, which means our poison is really starting to take effect on him now. We should have him next turn. Unfortunately, because we're already exposed, our Clear Spring Cloak has ended up being useless. Which is just due to the order, I guess. and it's likely we're going to die now. Though, our clear spring watermelons have kicked in, and have completely removed the poison, but in addition, our petrifying flask has kicked in. Because we had 2 watermelons, we've removed the stun as well, and so the combination of those items have kind of saved us arse here, which is why I figured we'd be pretty good against the boss here. I think this is probably going to be our closest call with the Hydra. I'm just looking at the health we've got left, and I'm thinking I don't know if we can win here, but we can certainly find out. This final one might be the end of us. Because that's the stun. And there's the hit. It was an extremely good run. But return to the same island 3 or more times during a single run. Life Root Hammer. If your health is full, spend your regeneration to gain 3 times that amount of armor. Oh, that's interesting. Silver Tongue. Haggle twice in a row without failing. When wounded, gain 3 regeneration. Not bad. Diamond in the Rough. Combine 2 golden items using a golem. Gain 2 purity for each equipped water item. And we found a new synergy. That probably has been our best run. Without a doubt. We just... you're going to have like one hell of a run. One absolute hell of a run. To go against those Hydras though and actually win. Like, you need an unreasonably good run. Like this many golds and diamonds and things with all that stuff. We needed the poison one to be first to trigger this cloak. And yeah, it looks like the order is random. So if the poison one had been first, we would have probably won that. Because the poison one would have taken us very low. But once our armour have gone, rather than get poisoned and die, we'd have turned all of that into armour, and then would have been going much stronger into the Riptide one, which we just kind of brute forced through, but we'd have had way more health left for the final one. I don't know if it would have been enough to win, but I think we'd have had a very good chance. I'm not sure we would have even have broken our petrifying flask out in the second fight, so that might have lasted us until the final Hydra, so that might have been activated at that point, and I think we might have just lost to bad luck that they were in the wrong order, which is unfortunate, which makes me wonder how the hell we're going to beat it when it can be so kind of RNG, but we'll keep trying. Thank you very much for watching though. This has been Here's Coming, and well, we'll give it another go next time, and hopefully, as I say, as we unlock more items... Oh, that's woodland. Swamplands here. We're getting more clues, like combining items with the woodcutter. I've not even seen a woodcutter. Stun an enemy 5 or more times in a battle. Defeat Swampland Hydra without any oils or edges. Heh, good luck. Restore 40 more health in a single battle. Have 4 different instruments equipped. Trigger Symphony 3 times. Have 10 or more poison. Have a diamond tome. But yeah, there's interesting things here, and the more things we find, the more likely it is we're going to be able to get some very interesting things put together. And then probably stand a better chance at beating him, because at the moment we've not even got half the items. Like even Woodland, we didn't even manage half, but we'll see if we can get there. For now though, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'll see you then.